Man, this dog, I don't know what the hell this dog is eating. I swear to you, I have seen him walk from lawn to lawn, dropping shits and pissing on everybody's lawn. I don't know what the hell this dog's eating, but clearly he's eating good. Anyways, enough of that. What is up, everybody? I hope everybody's having a good morning so far. I'm going to be making a video today about sourcing. Now, we're looking at technically three, but two different methods, right? So we're looking at sourcing low to mid-tier cards, so low to mid-tier singles, and then we're also looking at ways to source bulk. The third way is, I believe it's only one, but the way that, one that fits into both categories. You could either source low to mid-tier cards, or you can also source bulk in one of the ways that I'm going to mention today. But before we get into it, what is good, everybody? My name is Hector. I'm with Hector TCG. This is the journey through my business progression. So if this is what you like, then go ahead and continue watching. So, okay, we're going to start off with bulk sourcing. And so these are like just three of the many ways that we source bulk. Way number one, your local LGS. Now, a lot of people sleep on this method. I've done it. And it kind of helps you build relationships, right? So you speak to your local LGSs, you attempt to make relationships, you either by showing up every once in a while, showing up to their shows that they promote or that they sponsor or whatever, speaking to the guys, like just getting to know everybody there, and forming those connections. So like there's ways to be able to source bulk from these people. A lot of the time, your LGS, that's the last thing they want to deal with, is bulk. People will still sell it to them, right? They'll still buy it. But at the end of the day, like, that's not really their forte. That's not what they do. That's not what they specialize in. They don't want to do that. So this is one amazing way for you to be able to get bulk at like a really good rate. A lot of the time, they don't want to deal with it. They don't want to have to deal with it. They don't want to have to sift through it. They don't want to have to price it out. They don't want to have to do none of that. So I would say yes, most definitely something worth it. They're genuine. Generally, they're gonna have a good amount of bulk. They're gonna have different eras and stuff like that, depending on your area and the type of people that are around you. So I would definitely say don't sleep on talking to your local LGS or LGSs if you have more than one. Next up is one that people sleep on a lot, and it's rip and shippers. You see how many rip and shippers exist nowadays. There are so many different types of rip and shippers. Talk to them. Send them messages. Hey, listen, I know that you guys rip and ship. If you're not doing anything with your bulk that you keep, because not everybody wants their bulk. Some people just want the hits. They're going to have a big stockpile of bulk just sitting there. Hey, listen, you don't have to sort anything. You don't have to sift through it or anything. So let's go ahead and come up with a price together that we can agree on, and then just, buy something at a flat rate, right? So a certain amount per thousand, doesn't matter what is in there. Depending, obviously you could do it by era or whatever you want to do, but as long as you come up with something that you're both happy with, I think that's all that matters. But people sleep on talking to rip and shippers. There are so many different rip and shippers in the hobby that you can talk to. And I can guarantee 90% of them don't care for their bulk. I would even argue probably some of them are throwing this stuff away. I don't know. I'm not making assumptions. However, this is something that people do sleep on. It's a huge method, and it's something that's helped me to be able to find, I guess you could call them faucets for bulk. Damn, I just seen the biggest spit wad fly out of my mouth. But you can get some faucets for bulk where, you don't have to constantly be sourcing. You find yourself a couple of rip and shippers that do this stuff every night, or do it maybe a couple times a week. You got multiple people that you can buy bulk from. It's really not something you should be sleeping on. It's a great opportunity, and I promise you, you will find a lot of people that you can buy bulk from, that you can consistently buy bulk from. And it's not just people that are opening hyper modern product or ultra modern product, whatever you want to call it. There are a lot of people that are opening all different facets of product. Like they're opening Sword and Shield, they're opening Sun and Moon still. They're like, there's some people with some rip and ships that you'd be very surprised. But yeah, that's my other method for bulk. The third way is something that's helped me as well, is joining your communities. So join some communities, whether it be YouTube communities, local communities, whatever, and just talk to people, man. Build relationships, talk to people, make sure that, you get to know people before you start like asking for favors and stuff like that. But get to know people, but become a part of some of these communities, because I'm telling you, there are a lot of people in the shadows that have ripped so much freaking product, that have stuff sitting in their closets from years ago, that are willing to part with their product at a good price. Because at the end of the day, a lot of these people are just holding the stuff in their closet and they don't even care about it. They don't care to see it in their closet every time that they open that door. They just want to get rid of it. So that's another good choice. I've found Sun and Moon bulk. I found Sword and Shield bulk. I found all the way back to like X and Y, even EX in certain times. Bulk that is going to be worth a pretty penny. You know what I mean? There are so many different ways for you to source bulk. It's not even funny. These are the three biggest ways that I see that you can find bulk, and the three most for sure, especially putting emphasis on the rip and ship bulk faucet, because there are people that rip product like no tomorrow, and you can get more than enough bulk from rip and shippers. So that's enough for the bulk side. We're gonna look at low to mid tier singles. One way is finding a Japanese distributor and then ordering bulk from them. Not bulk, but like bulk singles. So you could do, there's some people that do art rares for like sub $2 a card. You know what I mean? And you're getting really, really, really good deals. There are people that do bulk art rares, bulk special art rares. There are people that do bulk secret rares. You can find a lot of bulk Japanese singles. They're low to mid tier singles, and you can buy them in mass. What do I do when I get a big order of Japanese art rares? Look through them, pick out my 10s, sell everything else, send the 10s, or the potential 10s, right, to PSA. Now, granted, right now, PSA is, they're not closed, but, you only got the $80 tier at the cheapest. So what I would do is hold everything that you think is tenable in a separate B&W box. Keep it safe, make sure it's all top loaded and all that good stuff. And that's what I do with cards that I think are potentially tenable. But yeah, don't sleep on Japanese bulk orders. You will find, if you ask a Japanese distributor for their price sheet, you will see on their price sheet, generally, or I can't even speak today. Generally, it's on the bottom right corner. They'll have like different subsections. You'll see AR, minimum 50 or minimum 100 or something like that. And it'll say like $1.60, $1.50, $1.80, $2 per card, just depending on what it is, right? So I would recommend not to sleep on that. That's one amazing way to stock up on low to mid tier singles. Now, another way is to vend at shows. Find local shows. Sign up as a vendor. Get at least one table. Show up, and all you have on your table, if you're looking to buy only, set up a sign buying at such and such percent. Let's just say 80%. And then you just grab a case, put some cash in it, and you're showing that you've got cash to buy singles. That's all you got to do. You can find a lot of things there, and you're getting it at a discount. You're getting it at 80% of market. Who doesn't like that? You know what I mean? What better way to buy stuff than having people literally come to you to sell you things? Mind you, some of these tables at some of these shows are like, what, $50 a table? You grab one table, you're good, brother. It's $50, you know what I mean? Don't sleep on shows. Now let's move this along. There are some places as well that will do illustration rare bulk orders, or, you know, illustration rare plus bulk orders. Like, there'll be different sections for English cards as well, the same way for Japanese bulk that you can order. That's cheap. I mean, that's a good way to do it as well. You're getting it in bulk. You're getting it at a good price. A lot of the time, you're getting it at a discount. You're going to be able to make money off of this stuff. You know what I mean? Don't sleep on none of these tips that I've given you today. And now there's one in the subsection for both that you can do for both low to mid-tier singles and bulk. And that is Facebook Marketplace. Post an ad, buying at 80 to 85% for, you know, singles, low to mid-tier singles, looking for collections, whatever. Looking for collections, paying 80, 85%, depending on what you got. You know, we'll work with you on price, such and such, right? Good way to buy things at a discount. And then you can also post an ad for buying bulk at, and then you put either like a picture of your price sheet or whatever. And those are two really good ways to be able to find both, you know what I mean? At the same time, you put one listing for one listing for the other, and then you got everything you need. It's beautiful. So yeah, these are the ways that I would recommend going about finding your bulk orders. And that's enough yapping from me. We're going to move on to sales from previous video to this video right about now. Why? Hello, everybody. We are here checking out the numbers for this week. As you can see, we are coming up on 70 orders. We're at 69 orders with 5.8K listings at $727 total for the last 90 days. That's obviously only for the last month and a half to 2 months, going on 2 months now. But yeah, that's where we're at right now. Let's go ahead and get into the orders between the last video to this video. All right, so the previous episode, we ended on the Scizor, and we were actually able to peacefully resolve the order, this order right here with the Pikachu, Rowlet, and Brayon. They looked through my inventory and just chose a different card that they enjoyed. And so I sent them a common of the Pikachu as well, just for their troubles, just to make up for it, you know? And then I fixed, I think there was one other Pikachu that I also had that was listed as a Cracked Ice Hollow by accident. And I went ahead and I fixed that as well so that we don't have any more mishaps going forward. And then another thing is there was another order. The order said it was delivered. However, I got the item back as a return to sender. And I guess the purchaser, the buyer, has had this issue before with other products of theirs, and they get, you know, sent back. I guess it's because they don't know how to read the address or whatever, because I just resent it to the same address and it ended up making it through this time. But this is the importance, guys, of being honest with your customers and your clientele, because I could have just as easily said, nah, I'm going to keep this card and I'm not going to say anything, right? And it was like a $6, $7 card or something like that. It was a Mew Hollow from Celebrations in English. So I could have very well pocketed this card and just resold it, but I would not be able to do something like that. My conscience would kill me. I have, you know, I just wouldn't be able to do it. I'm sorry, I can't. That's not me. That's not my personality. That's not my style. So I reached out to the buyer and I said, hey, listen, have you had this card come in yet? And they said no. They confirmed. I said, okay, well, it just got returned to my thing. I was like, is there a mistake with the is there a mistake with the address? They said no. They said this has happened before. I said, all right, cool. So that's all I needed to hear. I'm gonna go ahead and send it on me, on my charge. No worries. I will send it. I want to make sure that it gets to you. You will not imagine how grateful this customer was. I just made a lifelong customer right there. One simple action. This is somebody that will continue to buy from the store because they appreciate the honesty and the lengths that we were willing to go to correct this mistake, which wasn't even our mistake, but hey, we took it to the chin. It's not a problem. It happens. So anyways, let's go ahead and get started with the orders. So we got Electric Jellyfish at $1.99. We have the Drowsy Art Rare from Scarlet Violet base, but this is a Japanese set, so it's Violet EX, and it's $19. This sold for $19, and I've also heard that this has also gone up in value ever since then. So actually, my apologies. I remember my mistake. This is a 18 card order that was done by a Paige the Sinner. So Paige bought a Drowsy for 19. They bought the Rapidash in English from Destined Rivals for $11.50. The Pinsir from the Japanese art rare from Crimson Haze for $5.50. Charizard from Pokemon Go, the holo, for $4.50. That was English. Articuno from Pokemon Go in English, $4. Zapdos holo from Pokemon Go in English, $2.75. Moltres holo rare from Pokemon Go at $3.25. Charmander from Pokemon Go at $3.75. That was a common. Slowpoke, the common from Guardians Rising, $2.25. Slowbro, uncommon, Guardians Rising at $2.25. Magmar from Unified Minds, another common, for $1.75. Charmeleon, an uncommon reverse holo, for $2.75. Cubone from Journey Together, the reverse holo, at $1.75. Jinx, the Shining Legends common, at $1.75. Ninetales uncommon at $1.75. Charmander reverse holo from Burning Shadows at $2.75. And Slowbro from Shiny Treasures EX. It's one of Shinji's common arts, at $1.75. And then I believe, last but not least, Team Rocket's Duck Trio in Japanese from Mega Dream at $4.50. That was the biggest order we've had so far. So we appreciate you, Paige the Sinner. Next up, we've got Sableye uncommon from Guardians Rising at $1.99. Cyber Dragon at $1.99. Clefairy Doll, the rare base set Shadowless first edition, $54.50. This person did ask me for pictures. They weren't, they're not trying to grade it or anything like that, obviously, but they did want a clean copy, and this copy was as clean as it's gonna get, considering it's from base set. And I mean, it looked amazing. It was not off center. There was literally maybe 2 small, tiny specks of whitening on the back. This card was virtually perfect, especially for something that old. We also sold the Blackwing from Battles of Legends Crystal Revenge at $1.99. All right, moving forward, we sold Ponyta from Reverse Holo from Destined Rivals, Eevee common from Sun and Moon base, and Galarian Rapidash rare from Sword and Shield for $6.48. Milotic, the holo rare from Crimson Invasion, for $1.99. We sold the Mega Blastoise EX Ultra Rare from Evolutions for $40. We sold the Mega Ampharos EX, or as I like to call it, the 80s Rockstar Hair Ampharos from Ancient Origins for $10. We sold the Pikachu Common from Shining Legends for $3.99. We sold Algul Mazera for $1.99. We sold the War Turtle from Team Up for $1.99. We also sold a Staryu Master Ball Reverse Holo from 151 for $7, as well as a Morpeko rare from Sword and Shield for $1.99. Then we had a three-peat, Ethan's Adventure, a Milk Tank, and a Team Rocket's Giovanni, all for $18.61. And the reason why people are buying in threes, by the way, is because they're trying to take advantage of the coupon buy 2 get 1 free that I have going on right now. So if you guys are interested, do go to the store and check it out. And then another three-peat, Cufant, Farigiraf. God damn, dude. All I remember is Girafarig. I don't remember this one. This was even more complicated. But him and Houndour, all for $15.50, taking advantage of another coupon. And then I believe this last but not least, we've got the Iron Thorns Master Ball and the Feraligatr Master Ball going out for $16.50. And this person clearly didn't see that there was a coupon, buy two get one free, because they did not take advantage. So it is what it is. It's right there in front of you when you're looking at items from my store. So yeah, it is what it is. But I will say, we did change up a little bit from the beginning of this section, because I recorded the beginning half of this. Well, I recorded all of it, but the second half for some reason came out with the shittiest audio ever. So I went ahead and I re-recorded it, this section. We're at 72 orders at $770 now, and 5.9K listings, because I obviously did my daily 100 listings. So yep, that's what I got today, guys. That's pretty much it for the orders, and yeah, let's go ahead and bring it back to the video. Thank you guys so much for sticking through with me. Listen, I do have my main channel. If you've made it this far, I do have my main channel. Hector TCG is going to be linked down as usual. We also have started a podcast, and so I will be linking the podcast to the description of this video as well, if you guys want to subscribe. It's a separate channel just for the podcast, where we will just be doing lives on there and then posting shorts from the podcast itself. So go ahead and join up, guys. It's going to be great. We're having so much fun with it. Episode 1 either is coming soon, or by the time I release this video has already happened. So yeah, I'm excited to see how everything goes. You guys will be able to be a part of the journey. But yeah, go ahead, and if you guys are looking for singles, we do run some coupons every once in a while. I will link the eBay store down below. I think we recently ran buy two get one free. That did really well. And yeah, we're constantly looking to, you know, start up some new deals every once in a while. So I think like once or twice a month we try to run a certain coupon or whatever. But yeah, so that's all I got for you guys today. I appreciate you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Peace.